They have found the kayak. That's the latest news here. 2 fast food restaurants in town were hit by armed suspects. It is confirmed that 5 people are dead and several are hurt. He says if they get one hit, even one hit, they will make an arrest. When the pastor of St. Rose of Lima Church walked in, he got out his video camera and he started rolling. Instead of seeing me right here, you might end up seeing me here. Right here in your phone.
Parking in the village?
Parking in the village.
An optimist, I like that.
Oh, I try. Keisha, it is confirmed that 5 people are dead and several are hurt after that explosion that happened a little bit after 11 a.m. this morning. Now, let me set the scene for you. We're here on River Road. This is River Road right here. And that plant, the clean energy plant, and that explosion is about 1.5 miles this way. There's actually a big hill this way, and it's right over there. And that is the scene of a huge search and rescue operation.
It was like a big boom, like somebody literally threw a bomb at the house.
People as far as 10 miles away felt the blast, but no one's feeling it more sharply than the 50 or so construction workers in the building at the time of the explosion.
As I know, as I lost my union brothers, some close personal friends, some union brothers. It's horrible.
Right now, there are confirmed fatalities. How many, we're not sure yet. We're in a search and rescue mode.
Lifestar, more than 100 firefighters, cadaver dogs, state police. The response is easy to count. The devastation, not as much. About 50 construction workers were there. Police say at least 5 are dead, at least 12 hurt. Now the rescue team must pick through the rubble in that portion of the building, piece by piece.
They'll be going through, similar to what you would see on TV for the earthquake in Haiti.
But this time the devastation is here at home at the 620 megawatt plant that they were getting ready to get off the ground. The workers were apparently doing something that's called a blowdown, purging natural gas lines, when something went terribly wrong.
It's like a nightmare. I can't believe this.
That search and rescue operation continues throughout the night. It will also be continuing into the morning as long as they need to. Clarence Hayes, for 4 years, he's been putting up lights, and his little mini Rockefeller Center used to stretch all the way to the back. The entire thing watched over by this guy. But this year, Santa's plug has been pulled, the entire display downsized. It's a story with 2 sides, and we spent the whole day trying to figure out who's been naughty and who's been nice.
That brings out the Christmas. It brings out the season. It brings out December.
To Clarence Hayes, it just isn't Christmas without the lights.
When my son is in my arms and he look at it and his mouth open, I cry.
The father of 2 says after 4 seasons of stringing them up, now he's getting strung along. The condo board told him this year it's lights out. Then he said they threw him a bone.
I received a call from the president of the board, and she told me that I can do, due to the fact that I have kids, I can do 1 tree.
1 tree where he used to do 3.
Candy canes, and then I have the Santa Claus.
And that's what he wants his kids to see. Neighbors we spoke to say they liked it. Bob Nolan lives across the street.
It enhances the community, and in a word, it's joy.
The condo board's president didn't want to talk on camera. She said she got a lot of complaints, and it's against the rules. We looked it up. It says here holiday decorations should be limited to doors only. Anything extra needs the board's prior consent. What's more, Hayes sits on the board. But he says, why did it take 4 years for Christmas to get controversial? He says rules may be rules, but kids are still kids.
Why does a Scrooge come along and steal the joy from a child?
And unless the board changes their mind, this is how the display is going to stay. We did speak to the property manager of this condo complex, and they say they stand by the bylaws. If this is what your news looks like today, ever wonder what it'll look like in 2020? Quinnipiac University journalism professor Richard Hanley says if you've ever seen a salad bar, you're good to go.
I think the way to describe it would be cafeteria media. Okay, I'll take a little here, a little of that, just construct it each day of different stories from different media, and that will be your diet.
More choices, more control. Off the diet, most likely these.
The newspapers in Connecticut will be around, they just won't be on paper. Television is actually well positioned.
Hanley predicts the recent NBC Universal Comcast merger is a sign of things to come. 2020 will see only huge media companies and super small, hyper-local niche ones, like the New Haven Independent. If you've ever wanted to be a reporter, editor Paul Bass says your chance is just about here.
We're not going to own the landscape all to ourselves. Citizens are playing more and more of a part, and they're our partners.
Which brings us to social media and its future. Who can forget one of the most compelling pictures of 2009? It came from someone's cell phone.
Which was on Twitter within a few minutes. It still took a while to get onto a news website, and then it took even longer to get on TV. I mean, Twitter and social media networks are as close to real time as you can get.
And real-time technology is changing quicker than you can say NBC. From HD to 3D to 3G to TV contact lenses, even a crystal ball won't tell us what the latest gadget to get your news will be. The one thing we do know, it's going to change. So instead of seeing me right here, you might end up seeing me here, right here in your phone. More compact, more choices, and you'll be your own network. Sounds good, right? Hanley says the downside is if you can pick only what you want, then you might just pick only what you want.
The one worry I do have is that we'll retreat into silos, that Republicans will only listen to Republican media, Democrats will only listen to Democratic media, independents will only listen to what or read what their whim is on that given day.
So you've heard from the experts, but is there really any way to know what the future holds?
Let's take a look.
Okay.
Ah, here's television.
Debra Alfarone, NBC Connecticut News. The fire department tells NBC Connecticut that 10 homes were evacuated on Red Bush Lane this morning after a construction crew hit a gas line. This video is just in from the scene. 2 fast food restaurants in town were hit by armed suspects within hours of each other. NBC Connecticut's Ben Sasenko has more. 2 men accused of breaking into a Clinton library are expected in court today. Police spotted 35-year-old Joseph Keeney running along the Interstate 95. And a Winstead selectman has apologized to his colleagues after being arrested on a weapons charge. Coming up, a vampire romance. Just how much did the Twilight Saga New Moon suck up at the box office this weekend? And we've all heard the story of the first Thanksgiving with the Pilgrims and Native Americans. Was it really the first Turkey Day celebration? Plus, saying bye-bye to football, the New England University that's dropping the program.